Hello, beautiful creatures. I am Witch Belle, and we are here with the test. Now, I've read a little bit about this on Steam. You will answer a series of questions that will reveal truths from deep within. These questions may make you uncomfortable, but with great knowledge comes great sacrifice. Can you make it all the way through the test? And if you do, are you sure you want the answers you seek? Side note, I have been drinking just a little bit to relax me, and maybe we'll get the real truth out of me in this test. Let's find out. Now, in order to begin, this is the most important part of this entire experience. Taking another drink. You will be asked a series of questions, and you must answer them honestly. Now, when I say answer them honestly, I don't mean answer them how you'd like to answer them. Answer them with truth, even if that's hard to face. The poor Teddy, the poor doll. Why is there an arrow going to the head of the bed? What put those marks there? I don't want to know what that means. And that one is obvious. We all want to be good people. We rarely want to admit our faults, grievances, or mistakes. But you must decide what you truly want. Do you want this to work properly? Do you want the truth about yourself, your destiny in this world? Or would you rather live a lie just to hide from yourself? The process is very simple in theory. Just answer a long series of questions. What's difficult is self-analyzing your own psyche to evaluate the truths in your own mind and life so that you can predict your future. You see, as long as you're honest with these questions and answers, you'll be able to see your own future here. This will tell you things you already know, but don't necessarily know that you know. As long as the answers you provide to the questions asked are 100% honest and true, this process will simply unlock a part of your mind that you do not have natural access to. This isn't psychic. This isn't a personality test. This is simply nature. This is you. This is your own mind. This is simply nature taking its course. This is the human brain at work, unlocking hidden truths within itself. While attempting to answer many of these questions, you'll often wonder things like, well, this answer depends on the circumstances. Create your own circumstances in your mind and answer the questions with a simple yes or no as you see fit. You may not understand nor realize it, but your mind will develop the situation required to answer your question the way it needs to be answered. I got a rampant imagination. I can understand how that wouldn't be a problem. I invite you to grab a drink of water, sit back, relax, and enjoy the experience. We are about to begin with a series of questions, and provided that you're a willing participant, we will be unlocking some substantial information today. Here we go. Alright, so the company of my drink is Cutwater. Does that count? I'm sure there's a percentage of water in this drink somewhere. I know it's got some fruit in it. It's got 2 shots of something that includes the name Cutwater in it. Yeah, we're just gonna say that counts. Alright, with my Cutwater drink in hand, let's begin. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated fairly? Yes. Even people that don't really deserve it because they are human beings. Do you believe that everyone should always be treated equally? I have to say no, because as much as I agree that people should be treated fairly as human beings, those that are terrible human beings should be taught a lesson not to be assholes. So no. Have you ever invented anything? Well, when I was a kid, I thought I invented multiple things. Because I didn't have internet and I didn't have cable, I had rabbit ears. I thought I had invented what we would now call the Game Boy and laptop and many other little handheld devices like a beeper and other things, fancy touchscreen cell phones, and I would just draw a picture on a piece of cardboard, or I turned a shoebox into a laptop, and for me, that I thought I had invented something really cool. And nothing like it had ever existed, but technology would eventually get there. I grew up, I found out those inventions had already been made. But I didn't know that. I didn't know what a Game Boy was. I didn't know that laptops were big and bulky, but they still existed at the time. To give away my age a little bit, I grew up in 1993, and I grew up on a farm out in the middle of nowhere where your closest neighbor was more than a mile away, crossing straight over a piece of farmland. So, yeah, no, I didn't have the ability to know that these things existed. So to me, yes, I had invented something. Do you believe that you are worthy of someone's time investment? Yes, everyone is. To a certain extent. Because time is precious. And it's very limited. We could go at any time. Mother Nature could just explode for all we know. And nothing would exist anymore. So time is very precious. At least a few seconds of acknowledgement of existing is a worthy investment, in my opinion. Would you consider yourself to be open-minded? Very much so. Since I was a little girl, I was, actually, when I was 7, I started to believe in witchcraft and the Native Americans' beliefs, and started questioning my own beliefs and what I had grown up to know as being very close-minded people that didn't accept everybody, didn't accept other nationalities, didn't accept people from different parts of the world that weren't Americans, and so on and so forth. I am open to anything to understand. In my free time, I actually do look up different religions and different time periods of how people were treated with different religious ideas and thoughts at the times. So, yes, 100%, 1000%. Would you say that you sometimes have trust issues? Absolutely. I could not trust my parents with anything. Not even the most basic things could I trust them with. So if you can't even trust your own parents that raised you, then You're going to be questioning everybody and everything. Would you be alright with living alone forever? No. When I was younger, I did think so because I didn't not understand what privacy was. I never knew privacy. When I grew up, I lived in a very old farmhouse that did not have air conditioning or heating on the second floor. So my bedroom was the living room. And being the living room, it had a door right into my parents' master bedroom, which they would usually leave open or ajar. They would want to stay in the living room and watch movies or television show when I had school the next day. So I wanted that then. But as I moved out, I understood that I can't be completely alone. I at least have to talk with a friend on the phone or text messaging or be able to interact with coworkers. I have to have social interaction. So, no. Do you always give someone the benefit of the doubt? Yes. Do you dislike the sound of your own voice? I used to. And then I started making videos. And so, no. I have become accustomed to it, and I have even, as earlier today, I decided because it was raining outside, I needed a nap 2 hours after I had just woken up, and my sweetheart was on our television one of my videos. And so he was watching that as I took a nap. I'm fine with it. Do you like the color blue more than the color black? That would depend on the situation. But if I created a situation where I had the color blue clothing or the color black clothing, I would wear black more than I would blue. If I would have a redecoration, redecorating the home, then I would pick black over blue because normally the blues I find at, say, because I've made my own curtains, I've made my own clothes before, that I find at a Joann's or other fabric places, I don't always find the kind of blue I like. But there's many different shades of black that I'm okay with. I would say I would pick black more over blue. So, no. If you found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, would you give it back to them? 100% yes. Now, if I didn't know who it belonged to, and there was no one in the vicinity, and there was no shopkeeper in the vicinity, I would keep it. If there was a shopkeeper in the vicinity and it was $100 bill, I would go into that shopkeeper and be like, hey, do you know who just left? Because I think they dropped their money. Now, if it's just some change or $20 or less, I would keep it. But it starts getting into that higher bill range, and then I feel extremely guilty. So, if I found money on the street and knew who it belonged to, I would be absolutely giving it back to them. Are you sure you want the answers you seek? No, not really. Because the universe is a mysterious place. So maybe I don't want to know the answers. But does that mean that the game will end? We shall see. Are you afraid of spiders? Holy hell, yes. I was 4 or 5. I don't remember which. I want to say 5. And I was chased around my parents' home by a very baby spider until it chased me all the way around the house and I jumped onto a kitchen chair back where I'd started and it tried to climb up the metal leg of the chair. So I have been terrified of spiders since. If you knew you would emerge unscathed, would you jump into molten lava? That's a toughie. Now, if I knew I wouldn't drown and I jumped into water, would I do it? Then yes. But molten lava? I'm cold-blooded and I need heat, but I think that's going a bit too far, even for knowing I would not be hurt. Yeah, no. No. If it was water, yes. If it molten lava, no. Would you consider yourself to be fat? No. Would you say that you have lots of charisma? Yes. I am overflowing in charisma. Have you ever wished you could be temporarily frozen? Like, cryo? Like, that kind of like Star Wars where you are just frozen and you would come out just as yourself whenever you were released? As terrifying as that is, I think I'd be up for it. Because I would want to see a better future. Although, from my understanding of how global warming and Mother Nature is, I don't see that happening. I see us more going towards an apocalypse. But it's not the kind of apocalypse that all these movies say is going to happen. The way I understand it more is that Mother Nature would see us as a parasite, and her white blood cells are the diseases that she sends after us. And she's already taken out a good chunk of us with this COVID. And that's because of our overpopulation and how we are destroying her. We cannot fully destroy her. That's the good thing. The bad thing is we can fully destroy ourselves, which would be not enough food, no water, at least none that would be cleanable to drink. The air would be polluted to the point that we would have to stay in homes with purification. That's how I see the future turning into. But if there was a sparkle of hope that the future could be brighter and I wouldn't instantly die when I'm unfrozen, I would do it. This is all very interesting. Did you realize that the last letter of the previous 5 questions, when put together, spell the name Satan? No, I did not notice that. Although that is another subject I've been researching lately, is the Satanic Panic and Satanists and this satanic church, and more on that subject. So I understand them a little bit more on their point of view, and it's very fascinating. I encourage everyone to always learn more about other people around you so you can understand them more. But did I realize that? No. No, I did not. Does that make you uncomfortable? No, it doesn't. Now, if I was still a Baptist Christian, it probably would. But knowing all the stuff I know now in the past 4 years that I have been separated from my parents' household, so I am not constantly having that shoved down my throat and can think for myself. Like I've probably said in past videos, I have been a witch since I was 7 years old. I have been against the Christian God since 2017 when he took my uncle, who was like a second father to me, away from me. And I have thusly called myself a pagan who loves Mother Nature and Jesus since I've been out of my parents' control. So, does that make me uncomfortable now? No, it does not. Are you good at finding hidden puzzles or clues? Sometimes. Usually it only happens when I know I'm playing a game that is supposed to have puzzles in it, like Nancy Drew games. I'm constantly looking every second of my play, looking for hidden puzzles and clues for stuff that is coming up, because I've played all 33 of the Nancy Drew games. Looking forward to that 34th one, if and when they ever do get it released. So, in that case, if I know that I need to be looking for stuff to progress, then yes, I believe I am good at finding hidden puzzles and clues. Are you now wondering what other hidden messages are placed within these questions? No, I'm more curious about this. Like AIKI with a mark over the top A, and then AZK, and that almost looks like a T with, oh, I guess they both look like a T with a mark over the top of them. I'm more curious what that means more than the questions. So am I wondering about these questions? No. Have you been entirely honest with your answers thus far? Yes. Are you afraid of the consequences for answering questions dishonestly? No. It's a game. No. Were you aware that there could be potential consequences for answering dishonestly? Yeah. It's a video game, of course. Are you wondering how these questions began to take a strange turn? No. Not really. It's all planned out, so no. Would you consider yourself captivated by the game? A little bit. I haven't looked behind me in a hot minute. Oh, there's nothing behind me. There's nothing above me. And I got a wall to my right. And the rest of my storage closet to my left. So, yeah, I'd say I am a bit captivated. Very interesting. Drink time. Would you consider yourself to be brave? Sometimes, yes. A lot of the times, yes. Sometimes I am a chicken about to run away and stick their head in the sand like an ostrich. But most of the time, I would consider myself brave. Do you view yourself as someone with above average intelligence? Unfortunately, yes. In the way of above average intelligence is the basic information that we're usually given in the news, newspapers, different places like that are constantly trying to update us on world events. I reach out a little bit more to deep dive and to learn other things other than just those that are handed to me on a silver platter. No offense to anybody. So I do view myself as someone above average. I grew up in a very Republican Puritan Baptist Christian family household. And the same with my... Oh, there are little lines in the text box now. I didn't notice that before. Anyway, squirrel. So I was supposed to think one particular way, and I didn't understand always why that was, and I didn't like not being able to ask questions and without getting reprimanded by my folks. So I started reaching out to the internet when I was at school or at the library when I could go there and volunteer, and I would look up about different religions and um, the Democrat view on things and the socialist view on things, because apparently that's a dirty word to be said out loud in political places. So yes, I do believe I'm just above that average. Have you been looking for hidden messages in these questions? No, but I am wondering about these marks that are in my chat question box. And just over here, you can see like these marks that almost look like it's blocks. I don't know if that's just the way the image was made or if there's some kind of significance there. So have I been looking for messages in these questions? No. Are you wondering which hidden messages you may have missed? Kinda. Yeah, I'd have to say I am interested in what I missed. Have you begun to wonder how long this test will take or how many questions exist in this session? No, because the Steam thing says it's very quick, so no. Would you consider yourself to be a patient person? Yes, very, very patient. And it even surprises me sometimes how patient I can be with people and with situations. And then there's those random ones that apparently have caught me on a bad day, and then it's just like, nope, drop the bucket. There is no patience in there at all. Do most humans annoy you? No, some annoy me, not most. Do you prefer animals to people? To be honest, I used to. I honestly used to prefer animals to people. But I have my fiance. I have some really wonderful friends and great acquaintances that I have met. And I would prefer to occasionally talk with those acquaintances over taking care of another animal that I know will just die in a couple of years. Or like my last pet that was a guppy, it died just as it was supposed to after 2 years. And then the one before that was a ghost shrimp that died after 1 month. So, yes, I would prefer to talk to people. Do you believe in magic? Oh, hell yes, I'm a witch. Do you believe in God or the existence of some form of higher power? I believe in gods and goddesses, of course. We created them. We create everything. Those gods didn't exist until we created them. Mother Nature just created herself. It was how nature happens. It's what we've learned so far in science. And until science tells me otherwise, I'm going to continue to believe that way. And as for any particular god, I believe in Mother Nature because I'm standing on her. I live on her. I get food from her, sustenance. But other gods, we made them. So that goes to the extent of our imagination and our ability to have faith and hope in something other than ourselves. Do you fear death? Yeah. Not really where I'm going afterwards. My grandmother's past relative, so my dad's mom's fifth grandmother was a pure 100% Cherokee wise woman. And I feel a connection with her. And I believe in reincarnation. And until you're allowed to pass into quiet. And there's no pain, there's no struggle, there's no hunger, there's nothing. It's just peacefulness. But do I fear how that's going to happen? Yes. Are you attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? If you're asking if I have a attraction to actors and actresses or musicians or stuff like that, fictional characters, then yes. If you're asking if I'm attracted to anybody else that is of human flesh around me that I am in quick contact with, no. Nope. It took a lot for me to find an attraction to one person in the first place. Considering I have been verbally abused pretty much all my life by my parents. I was verbally abused by a past person that I knew and by many bullies in my school. And I've been cheated on twice. You kinda don't open yourself up too easily just on the bounds of liking the way someone looks or the way they smell. Because we're animals. Just like all animals, we follow our nose and our eyes. So, am I attracted to someone whom you're not currently in a relationship with? No. Did you answer that last question with 100% honesty? Yes. Are you alone? Well, my fiance's in the bedroom. I'm in the storage closet that is also my office. So, yes? Are you sure? You're making me question that. I mean, there could be fae around me. There could be spirits around me. I don't know. If I told you with utmost certainty that there's something watching you, would you believe me? Yes. Because there's how many different insects? There's bacteria that exist and live as organisms. There is my neighbors that are on all sides of me because I live in an apartment complex that can probably hear me talking to this computer right now. So they might be overhearing me. So yes, I would believe you. Have you wondered who I am? No. Have you had shivers at any point during this session? No. I actually have the air conditioning down to 73. So it's just taking the heat out, and the only part of me that's cold is my feet. And I have nice warm Cutwater drink. Do you feel like you're being watched? Now that you've put that at the back of my mind, yes. Have you considered quitting the session early? No. Do you drink water every day? Yes. Stay hydrated. Do you eat at least once per day every day? Yes. Mine is not 3 simple meals, though. Like 3 big meals, because of my hyperglycemia and my low blood pressure. I have to have multiple small meals. So, absolutely. Do you realize that there's a high probability that you've missed a plethora of hidden messages thus far? Yes. Are you wondering what they are? No. Not at this point. Would it bother you to never know without finding them yourself? Yes, it actually would. If there is legit other hidden messages in this, I would like to Google them and see if GameFAQs has anything to say about what they all are. Is your favorite number 7? Either you're a very lucky guesser, or that's a coincidence. But yes, my favorite number is 7. It has been since I was little. Life is short, but it's the longest thing we'll ever do. Do you agree? Oh, yes. Yes. Oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? This is that thing where the old saying of comparing oranges to apples. They're so completely different. But oranges cannot be compared to apples. Do you agree? No, I don't agree, because they're both fruit. So no. Venus is sometimes referred to as the morning star. Did you know that? Yes, I did know that. Everyone deserves a second chance. Do you agree? Yes, I do. Even the worst people do. Now they do it a second time, and then they don't deserve another one. You can do anything you put your mind to. Do you agree? No. There are so many things I would like to do, but I can't. Even if I put my mind to it, I couldn't do it. I can't hold my breath more than a minute. I can't swim just by jumping into the water. I've never learned how to swim, so there's no way that would happen. That would need practice. And no fear of water. There are so many things that I could be like, oh yeah, I can do that. I'll do that tomorrow. There's no way that's happening. Obedience is more important than freedom. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No. Underwater adventure sounds like a fun time. Do you agree? Yes, I agree it sounds like a fun time. Would I ever be able to do it? No. I absolutely am terrified of having my head underneath water. Or being in a pool where I cannot touch the bottom of the bottom of the pool. Cannot do it. But do I agree that those underwater adventures sound cool? Yes. Did you realize that the first letters of the previous 8 questions spelled the phrase I love you? Aww. No, I didn't. Do you wish to be loved? Yes, everyone wished to be loved. Well, I take that back. There are some people that don't, but that is how they are genetically made. I am one of the people that I would consider wishes to be loved. Have you ever felt hated? Yes. Won't elaborate on that. Do you have any addictions? starting to wonder if stress isn't an addiction, because I always find something to stress about. I also vape CBD oil. But that I can go multiple days without having, and I'm fine. I use it only for anxiety purposes. But I would consider stress of somehow always finding something to stress about an addiction of worry. Do you dislike the color pink? Oh, no. No, 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 no. I love the color pink. I didn't get to enjoy it as a kid, because my dad's favorite color was blue. My mom's favorite color was purple, or at least so she said, and she later told me it was green, and then denied that later. So I was only able to choose blue or purple when I was a child. I was not able to choose pink. Does the color gray seem depressing? Depends on the situation. Here we go again. Now, if we're saying clothing, gray makes me think of fall and winter, because that's what I have gray clothing with. And for me, that's a happy time. I love fall. That is my favorite season. And wearing it makes me happy. So, no, gray is not depressing. Do you enjoy loud music? No, I like medium music. I do not like the headbanging music because I am hypersensitive. My ears would not like it. And my head does not like it either. Do you like to dance? Yes. I just feel self-conscious most of the time, so I don't like to do it unless I'm by myself. Even around my fiance, it takes a lot for me to relax enough to dance. Would you consider yourself normal? No. Because I am double jointed in my ankles, my knees, and my elbows. So since I was young, I have been able to feel pain in those areas because of my double jointedness. They are really easy to dislocate. I have dislocated both of my knees, my left one twice, and so they absolutely don't like me. I got carpal tunnel 2 years ago. I've had a cyst in my left ear that I had to have removed. I have very thick glasses for my age. And yeah, so would I consider myself normal? No. And I'm extremely hypersensitive, and I've been diagnosed with that forever, to my knowledge. And that's why I don't like the way clothes fit, or I get too cold real easy, or too hot too easily. That also has to do with my blood pressure, but the way things touch my skin, if it's a jacket, if it's shorts, if any kind of fibrous thing touching me, or my own skin touching skin, sometimes that'll feels weird. A single speck of dust can make me feel like I'm losing my mind because I feel like something is touching me and I can't see it, and it's just a tiny speck of dust. So, no, I would not consider myself normal. Do you love your parents? Yes. Despite how much they drive me insane, or they thought they were driving me insane and wanted to put me in an insane asylum when I was younger because they threatened that multiple times. And my last call with them, okay, second to last call because they called 2 days after, no, 7 days after I had cut them off, and it was 3 consecutive times in a row, so I thought it was an emergency and someone was dying, so I answered it. After that, I blocked them. But do I love them? Despite everything that they put me through, all the verbal torturement, all the physical torturement I had? Yes. It's just them being my parents, I guess. Have you ever been lied to? Yes. My parents did it on a regular basis before anyone else even came into my life. Do you get angry often? With work? Lately? Yes. Because of stupidity. But it's not really always the people I work with. It's more the company itself that we are working with, that our company is working with, that creates all the insane rules. So it's not really any particular person's fault of who I actually directly work with. So do I get angry often? I consider angry and irritated the same category, even though I know they're not. So, yes. Do you hold grudges? By far, yes. Not elaborating. Have you ever forgiven someone? Yes, multiple times, and then still got shit on afterwards. Have you ever done something that you knew you shouldn't have done, but still did it anyways? Yes. I was a kid. Of course I did. Do I do it as an adult? Have you ever lied? Yes. Have you ever cheated on a test? Yes. You won't cheat this test. Do you think flowers are more beautiful than trees? No. I absolutely adore flowers, yes. But it takes so much longer for trees to grow that their magnificence seems so much more for their hardiness of being able to withstand anything. Have you ever wanted to be an animal instead of a person? Yes, multiple occasions. A cat or a deer. Because I grew up taking care of hundreds of cats, and my first spirit animal is a deer. Have you ever wanted to be an animal? Yes. Do you believe you have psychic powers? No. Have you ever seen a ghost? Yes. And it was horrifying. Do you dream often? Unfortunately, yes. Do you have nightmares often? Yes. Mainly of my parents. Yeah. I won't continue with that. Do you suffer from anxiety attacks? Yes. Do you suffer from depression? Yes. Do you exercise often and stay active? No. That's probably why I have so many problems with anxiety and depression. Is there a particular type of food that you despise? I despise kidney beans because it upsets my stomach. I despise raw food. So raw meat, raw fish, which I guess is a type of meat, because when I was younger, I don't believe my meat was always cooked through, and I would get sick repeatedly, especially with hamburger. So I'm very, very particular that my hamburger is cooked to the point that it might be a bit overcooked. So, is there a particular type of food that you despise? Yeah, raw food. Would you consider yourself emotionally wounded? Absolutely. Have you ever felt betrayed? Yes. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to feel anything but happiness. That was it. The others were not allowed, or they were beaten from me. anytime I would try to console with one parent or the other, somehow they would not listen to me not wanting them to talk to the other person about it, and they would tell the other person. It was constant betrayment. Do you ever feel lost in life? Yes. Would you consider yourself a natural leader? Yes. If you could push a button and destroy the world, would you press it? No, because there's always hope. As much as I would like a clean slate of everything to begin again and work together in harmony, I know that still wouldn't happen. So it would be pointless to destroy the world and hope for it to restart like that. So no, I would not. Do you sometimes dream of being a hero? I used to when I was a kid. I guess fixing friends and problems and economic problems and saving animals. It's kind of like being a hero. So yes. Have you ever been bullied? Yes. Have you ever bullied someone else? Yes. I was in first grade and I was a bully for the first half. And then I understood what bullying was, and then I corrected myself. Would you consider yourself to be a dreamer? Absolutely. Do you sometimes hurt people's feelings unintentionally? Do I really hurt my parents' feelings unintentionally, or are they faking it? I don't know the answer to that one. But I've probably hurt somebody's feelings in the past, and it wasn't intentional, and they didn't tell me. So, probably yes. Do you find space fascinating? I do. Would you consider yourself to be an artist? Not in the general sense. Can I make art from other items? Yes. Am I what they would say, an artist? No. So would I consider myself to be an artist? On occasion, yes. I am nothing like my sister-in-law, but I am able to do small bits of art. Sketches when I feel like it, of making my own clothes, of turning regular cardboard and scraps into workable, functional pieces of furniture, of taking random bits of cardboard and scrap fabric and turning it into workable pieces of furniture. Yes. If that all counts, then yes, I would consider myself to be an artist. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be flawed? Absolutely. Have you ever fantasized about being a supervillain or performing a heinous, egregious crime? Yes. But yes to the supervillain, not really performing any egregious crime. Do you believe in perfection? No. Have you ever stolen from someone? No. I attempted to when I was younger. I think I was in 3rd or 4th grade, and I knew that there was a dime on somebody's desk and they had knocked it off by accident. I did pick it up, and I didn't give it back for like a whole minute, maybe 2 minutes, and then I put it on their desk, being like, oh, you dropped this. I just can't. I've tried with that. And then I gave up afterwards. Something as simple as a dime. Would you ever kill someone under any circumstances? To protect myself, or my fiance, or his family? Yes. If in a life-threatening position, I would kill someone. If I would be able to get away with maiming them over killing them, I would choose that first. If maiming them didn't work, then I would kill them. Well, how about if maiming them doesn't work and trying to suppress them by sitting on them doesn't work? And there's no one else to assist, then yes. Still, the answer is yes, either way. In particular situations, then yes. If you had one day to live, would you tell anyone? My fiance, my family, or if it's yes. Yes? I mean, that it would be depressing, but the people most close to me, if I knew I was going to die, I would want them to know how much I love them and how much I appreciated everything they've ever done for me. And I would want them to know. I wouldn't want to just bow out. If I knew it was happening, I wouldn't do that to them. Have you ever told your darkest secrets to someone? Yes. My childhood best friend. And my fiance. On some of them. Why does it keep sounding for the past hour like someone is running around in the background? Do you trust me, even though you know nothing about me? No. Do you know who I am? No. You're some kind of AI. Well, I know who you are. Well, yeah, you're probably looking right at me. Okay. If I appeared behind you right now, would you scream? Yes, I would. Please don't. If I told you that I've been behind you this entire time, would that scare you? No, because I have a wall behind me and I'm looking at it right now. Of course not. That would be silly. Now, wouldn't it? That's not creepy at all. Would you consider yourself to be empathetic? Yes, I am an empath. And I didn't learn how to turn it off until I worked at the hospital. That was a lot of pain until I found out a way to block it. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I can empathize with you, I've been through something similar. But when you're feeling the other person's emotional anguish, where it's making you cry and you have no idea what the reason is, but they're right next to you and they're bawling, and then you just start bawling, yeah. And you're feeling a deep hurt of being abandoned and like you're going to die and things are happening to you that you don't understand. And none of these emotions are your own. None of these thoughts are your own. But it's just you being in the vicinity of that person and hearing their voice. Hearing them cry. And there's nothing you can do about it. Would you consider yourself to be romantic? Yes. I like to think so. Have you ever been in a physical fight? Yes. Are you prone to headaches or migraines? Since I've raised my blood pressure, yes. I used to have really low blood pressure to the point that it scared my nurse and my um, regular doctor until about 2017 when I just collapsed and I ended up in the hospital for 4 days having mini seizures because my body was not absorbing sodium like it was supposed to. And since I have raised my blood pressure, I have had to know what headaches and migraines feel like. Do you look at the ground when you walk? Yes. Are you attracted to the opposite sex? Yes. Would you ever shave your head? Not if I didn't have to. No. No. Even then, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could. Are you attracted to muscular bodies? I would say so. Do you ever dance when no one is looking? Absolutely. Do you trust your best friend entirely? Yes, I do. Do you remember your childhood extremely well? For the most part, I do. There are still parts of my brain that are blocked from my brain seizures. And I still have brain seizures today. Uh, I am slightly epileptic, and meaning it has to be like big strobe lights really quickly for it to do it to me. Otherwise, it just gives me a slight headache. More of an inconvenience than anything. Otherwise, when it's a big strobe light, then I will, like at a disco place and you're seeing a video on the television or something of it, or a big gunfight is going on the television, or at the movie screen, and that will send me into an epileptic brain seizure. So there are parts that I don't remember, but I feel like I remember a good portion of it. Would you rob a bank if you could get away with it? No. No. Because we're all getting screwed. Why would I make somebody else's life even more hell just to get myself out of hell? No. Do you ever dream about running from a killer? Yes. Do you ever dream about falling off a cliff? Oh, yes. I hate that feeling, that falling feeling, and then you're trying to catch yourself, and then I think my drink is getting to my voice. Just a little bit. Do you ever dream about being naked in public? Yes. And it's a terrifying thought. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? To an extent, I do. Okay, now I know why they say drink water. Grab a drink of water and relax as you play this game. Do you enjoy scary movies or books? Yes. Do you enjoy comedic television shows or movies? Absolutely. Do you like being the center of attention? On small occasions, but that's only like if I have something really big to announce, or I'm really excited about something new I learned or something new that I'm trying. Then I want to be the center of attention and let everybody know about my excitement. But otherwise, no. So do I like to be the center of attention? At least sometimes, yes. Do you feel like something is always watching you? No, because I am a witch. I put up barriers around my home so I don't have to feel like a ghost is walking through or in my main areas, or fae are being intrusive. I do have small allowance for ones that are just passing through and don't wish to cause any problem. If they have an ulterior motive, they can go around. Don't know. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to go to space? Yes, I have wondered. Would I like to do it? No. Have you ever had an out-of-body experience? Yes. When I was in the hospital those 4 days for my brain seizures, I felt like I had an out-of-body experience, and I didn't like it. Have you ever punched a nun? No. I think I've only met one nun ever. Maybe 2 or 3 that came in into a store and a group, but I only ever talked to one of them. And no. That'd be interesting if someone answered yes to that. Do you like dogs better than cats? No. When I was younger, I was probably like 10. I had a puppy that was about the size of me when it stood on its back 2 legs, and it almost bit my nose off. So no, I am afraid of dogs. Any size. Do you prefer to read more than you prefer to watch movies? I used to say yes to that. Now I'm a bit lazy and I prefer to watch a movie. Are you still wondering why I asked you if you've ever punched a nun? No. Do you get starstruck easily? Yeah, a little bit. I actually got the autograph of one of the stand-ins for Chewbacca when I was in Walt Disney World once, because the main person, wasn't always able to be there, so the parts that he didn't have to speak, he just had to move, then that person would stand in, and I got that person's autograph and a picture, and I was over the moon. So, yeah. And I got an autograph and a kiss and a picture from a couple of the members from the band Air Supply. Oh, yes. I do get starstruck easily. Do you hate going to big parties and social gatherings? Depends on how big. If it's less than 100 people, I'm fine. If it's more than 100 people, I'm going to be nervous as I'll get out. So, no. Is your favorite part of your birthday receiving presents? Yeah, kind of. Seriously, though, have you ever punched a nun? Like, really? Just bam, right in the face. Nun punch. No. I like that term, though. Did you laugh? Yes. Did you say what the fuck in your head or even out loud? No. Are you now eager to somehow get the opportunity to punch a nun sometime soon? No, but I would like to know a person that has and ask them how it went. If there's a hell, do you think you're going to it? No. Because it doesn't exist for humans, according to the Christian Bible. Do you enjoy fantasy fiction games? Yes. Do you masturbate frequently? I will be honest with this. I used to. Until my fiance moved in with me. I will leave it there. Are you wondering what constitutes frequently? No. Are you more than slightly uncomfortable right now? No. Is your mouth dry? Yes, but that is because I have a cut water. I don't have regular water beside me right now. Does profanity make you uncomfortable? Sometimes. Most of the time, no. Do you believe in legendary beasts such as the Loch Ness Monster or Bigfoot? No, but I want to believe. Are you poor with money management? No, I'm good with money management. I'm bad with negotiating higher pay. Choose one of these numbers that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. For some reason, I'm leaning towards 11, even though 7 is my favorite number. Choose one of these colors that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Green! Yes. My favorite color is orange. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Ooh. None of them are really reaching out to me except for Wicked, because witches used to be known as Wicked. And I say used to be because that's how they are stereotypically put, is Wicked. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. Celestial. Choose one of these words that you feel resonates with you most in this very moment. I don't have a lot of charm, but my darling does. So I'm going to go with charm. Do you enjoy solving mathematical puzzles? I actually used to enjoy doing those. I haven't tried doing them for a while. Do you speak more than one language fluently? I used to speak Spanish fluently for things that were needed inside of a department store until I had my brain seizures. So now, no. Have you ever visited a country other than your own? Not yet. Do you enjoy coffee? Yes, but it does not enjoy me. So it's been a while since I've had coffee. I avoid it because I think there's something with the high caffeination that my body does not enjoy. Including in tea, it is a little hypersensitive with the caffeination. So no. Do you believe in demons? Yes, I do. And they mainly don't care about humans. Do you believe in angels? I do. I don't know why, but I do. I used to believe in them because of the Christian God, but now I just believe they exist. I don't know exactly who they're angels for. Are you afraid of sharks? Yes. Do you prefer baths over showers? No. I spent the first 24 years of my life only being able to take baths unless we went on a vacation. So, no. Does the smell of perfume or cologne give you headaches? No. Luckily, majority of them do not. Did you see a shadow move in your room a few moments ago? If you mean this room on the screen, yes. If you're meaning the room that I'm actually existing in, no. That's fortunate. Do you ever hear your name being called when you know no one is calling it? Yes, and the last place I worked, I found out that was a ghost. and that was her normal thing of entertainment. Do things in your home often go missing and then reappear later? It used to, until I put up barriers. Now it's more to our misplacing items. Do you ever hear footsteps around you when you're alone? Now? No. When I used to live at my parents' place or my great-grandparents' place, yes. Ghosts everywhere, because my father thought it would be wonderful to place a weeping willow tree in the southwest corner of our home, directly in front of the front door. Yes. And then my grandfather, my great grandfather, passed away in my great grandparents' home. And my great grandmother has since passed away and sometimes smells like her cigarette smoke there. So, in those two locations, yes. Here, no. Do you ever hear random knocking noises around you? Yes, but that is the child that lives above us. Do you often look at the same time on the clock every day? No. That'd be interesting. My fiance is really good at having an internal clock. I definitely do not. Have you ever felt your feet being grabbed at night while sleeping? Ever felt? Yes, when I was younger. Do you have any pets currently? No. Is your favorite color green? No, orange. Are you attracted to a family member? If you won the lottery, would you share the money with anyone? First, I would take care of our debt, and then I would take care of our parents, and then to the people that are closest to us that needs assistance, and then give it out to anyone else that we can as we move to the place that we've always wished to and live out our lives there. So, in a way, yes. If somebody needs assistance and I or my fiance has won the lottery, we would help them. Because that is what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to love one another and take care of each other. If you could be the dictator of your own country, would you accept the role? Yes, to make people happy and be taken care of. No, because I don't want to be killed. Because that is what happens when you start making a country that everyone is taken care of in a socialist way. Then a particular country comes in and takes over, manipulating everything and putting one of their own corrupt people in power. So, if I could be the dictator of my own country, would I accept the role? In this day and age, no, because it wouldn't make a difference. Would you ever wonder what it would be like to be in prison? I don't have to wonder, because I have friends that have been there. So, no. Do you like fishing? I actually don't know this one, because I have not been fishing since I was maybe 5 years old, 6 years old with my dad. And that was for a very short period of time, and we didn't catch anything. And that's my only memory of it. Otherwise, I have no memory of that. So would I like fishing? I believe I would. Do you like hunting? No. I used to use a pellet gun and a .22 to protect my cats from possums and raccoons. But do I like actually going out and hunting for food or sport? No. Do you like camping? When I was young, yes. Now that I've grown, absolutely not. Do you like guns? I used to. But I don't need one. Nobody needs one. Except the ones that are protecting the weak. No regular citizen should have a gun, in my opinion. Are you getting tired of answering questions? Yes, I'm tired. Would you consider yourself to be kinky? Eyes are the window to the soul. Do you agree? Yes. Do you always keep your promises? Yes. Would you ever completely trust someone who's lied to you? No. Are you an only child? Yes. Do you ever enjoy being drunk? Yes. I'm working on it right now. I mean, sometimes. Do you like tattoos? Yes, I would like one. And it would be a pentagram made of sticks and cherry blossoms, and it would look beautiful. I found it on Pinterest. Do you enjoy being high in any form? No, not by any means. Not even by pain relief medication. No, I absolutely hate it. Do you believe you have a soul? Yes, or at least a spirit, which I guess would count as the same. Did you cry this week? Yes, I did. Are you upset with someone right now? Yes, my folks won't leave me alone. Is there someone you're not being completely honest with daily? No, can't think of anyone. I don't think work counts because work is a facility. It's not really a person. It's included with people, but no. Do you understand how this works yet? Yes. If you answer the questions twice, your truths may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about the time you spend answering them and the combination you answer them in. Oh, that makes sense because I think that one I did get the same question twice and I answered it 2 different ways. I used to be good at these kind of quizzes, but only when I knew I was trying to get a job. Otherwise, I don't pay attention. It's about many different variables. You never guess. Do you understand? Yes. Are you wondering if the end of the test is coming soon based on the previous question you just answered? Yes, because I would like it to end. If I were to tell you that this entire process was planted here for you, specifically you, to learn something about yourself and anyone else that bothers using this is just a byproduct of its intention, would you believe that? Yes. And it's ingenious. And I like it. Are you afraid of being abandoned? Yes. Are you afraid of dying alone? Yeah, kind of, yeah. Do you worry that one day you'll be unexpectedly murdered? Yes. Are you always on guard, waiting to fend off an attack? Actually, there are times where I'm not. There's a good portion that I am, but not 100% of the time. Do you feel like I know you yet? No. Have you heard any strange noises while answering these questions? No. I think we have enough information about you. Whether you skipped questions, answered honestly or dishonestly, took loads of time to respond, or answered quickly without reading or understanding properly, I've been able to tell. I'm calculating your results. I'm analyzing you very carefully. I'm judging you. Well, while you do that, I'll take a drink. I got my delicious cut water. Based on what you've told me, this is what I can conclude. Ooh. This is all going to sound very blunt and direct, but listen up. You've got to start taking life a bit more seriously. I hate to start this off so glumly, but you need a swift kick in the ass. I'm just being real and honest with you right now. You've got so much potential and you're not taking advantage of it. You can blame others around you. You can blame your circumstances. You can blame yourself. But no matter what, none of that matters at this point. You need to get going and you need to get the ball rolling. Do you even realize that you could be a major star? Do you even realize just how incredibly talented you are? You don't, do you? You don't even understand how much potential you hold within. No, I really don't. And I've been told that before. But continue. Or maybe you do realize it, and that's what you're afraid of. Maybe it's not a fear of failure, but a fear of success. You're holding yourself back subconsciously. No, I agree with that too. And you know what? Maybe you've already accomplished a lot. Maybe you feel like you've already done enough. But you and I both know that you could go further if you really wanted to. I'm working on it. You need to pull your head out of your ass and get your shit together because the world needs you more than you could even imagine. You're going to do amazing things in the life, but only if you decide to. I know this wasn't what you were expecting, and maybe it isn't even what you wanted to hear, but enough time has been squandered. You mean the last hour and a half? No, this was not what I was expecting. This is interesting. Seriously, you are an impressive specimen. You could do incredibly things. And not just one or two. You can do a lot of amazing stuff if you really put your mind to it. It's absolutely imperative, however, that you stop looking for reasons not to get things done and you turn your brain off for a while. Stop thinking, just do it. Stop dreaming, just act. I haven't thought of it like that. Get started immediately. Stop taking breaks. Stop procrastinating because here's the biggest truth. Your time is ticking away. Ow? Yeah? Okay. Uh-huh. That's an ouch because, yeah, every second that goes by, you never know if it's your last. Especially when you have asthma, you don't know what breath is your last. Okay. You can still be a major success, even more so than what you've already managed to accomplish in life at your highest point. But your chances are further limited as the sand of the hourglass falls. So get going! It doesn't matter what you've done. It matters what you've still got left to do. Yesterday don't mean shit, and today's the day that we've got to face. I know this sounds really harsh, but I promise you, it comes from a place of love and an adoration. Because I want you to be the best possible version of yourself and for you to go as far as you know that you can inside. Please, I urge you, do not waste your potential and shoot for what you've always wanted to accomplish while you still have time to do so. You never know when your time will run out. Your secret word is chaos. Remember this word. This will come in handy. Holy shit. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us. We will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of history. This is a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of an upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you, and if they aren't yet, it will all make sense very soon. Trust me on that. You can find the test Hypothesis Rising, the test Final Revelation, and the Testing Chamber on Steam if you've enjoyed this installment. You can also find the Journey series, the Advisor series, which we'd encourage everyone to try. If you'd like to support us further or try our other games, you can find a link to all of our titles on the title screen of this game under this section, Our Other Games. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate it. Well, hot damn, I wasn't expecting that. It's just gone. It's just over. I may have wanted to play this a bit more sober. But I feel like I just got my ass handed to me. Like, a cold water slapped onto me and like a wake-up call being, hey, you got more to you. Stop making excuses and stop fearing accomplishment and get out there and do it. Kick ass. Okay. That's noted. Chaos. I will put that in their comments. Okay. I hope everyone has enjoyed this journey and learning a bit more about me. A very relaxed me. They say art is something that you feel. I would say that this test was art. Because it made me feel something. And it made me think about things I hadn't in a while. I thank the developers of this game. I'm a little lost for words. Blessed be everyone.